Welcome back, everybody. My name's Marcus Newman, and this show's One More Good Idea, and we have left the political arena and discussion, and we are back in the Artist's Lounge. This is the One More Good Idea Artist Lounge, and our guest today is Pino Farina. Pino, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's awesome to have you. Hey, Pino is referred to us from our friend Todd Kessler, friend of the show, Todd Kessler.
Yes,
and performed recently at one of the songwriter showcases.
Yes,
at
Hey Nani in Arlington Heights. Yeah, great venue.
Yeah.
It was a treat to play there on that stage.
It's a great stage, and the room sounds really good, too.
It's a beautiful place, definitely. I would love to get back in there again sometime. and
Hey, Nani, are you listening? Hey, Nani, Pino wants to come back.
Please.
Let's get him a show.
Let's do it.
So, Pino, you're originally from the Chicagoland area, is that right?
Yeah. So I grew up in the Buffalo Grove area. Spent a lot of time also in the Lincolnwood area where my grandparents lived. So not far from here, I guess.
And you're a Patriot, is that right?
Stevenson Patriots, yeah. Yeah, long live the Patriots.
All right. And then after high school, you went into the trades. Let's talk a little bit about that. Which trade are you involved
in? I'm an electrician, 134, local 134 union electrician.
Shout out.
And I've been doing it for a long time, and right now I'm on a service truck. I've been on a service truck for a while, and I just drive around to different commercial businesses and do repairs, maintenance, things like that. So restaurants, retail stores.
Is it ever exciting?
Is it ever exciting?
Yeah.
Every day is exciting.
Every day is
You never know what you're going to get, especially in the field that I'm in on a service truck. I mean, I can't really expect a day to go a certain way. It's like I never know what time I'm going to get off. I'm always just, in the middle of troubleshooting, and then you get a call and you got to run to drive an hour to get somewhere else to fix something else that happened or whatnot. So it's very unexpected. Never really know what's going to happen.
So you've got that, and you have a family too, right? You're raising a couple of kids.
Yes. So we're in Huntley right now, village of Huntley. Love my Huntley people. So I've got two kids, 10 and 12. My son's 10. He's got a soccer game as we speak right now in a tournament.
We're making Pino miss the soccer
I know.
game.
I'm so bummed out. And I just got a text. He scored a goal. So I'm very excited. Yeah. I know.
Maybe you got video.
Hopefully, yeah. My daughter's 12. She's in 7th grade. She's doing amazing. She just performed in the Lion King musical at her school.
Right on.
And had one of the lead roles there. So that was amazing. Very
Beautiful.
Proud moment as a father.
Listen, I've raised 3 daughters, and when they perform, when they excel, when they achieve, it's
It's beautiful.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Really
All right, Pino, you are here to play and talk music with us. So besides being a dad, and an electrician and a patriot,
and looking cool,
right?
you look like a rock star, by the way.
Oh well, thank you.
That's
you
Nico's.
can't see me, but
no, he's like the Robin Quivers back there. Or no,
For
he's
real.
yeah.
I was about to say
Fred,
you
more
say
like
you're an
Fred.
electrician, but man, you look like an absolute rock star.
Okay, thank you. Well, it's
Right on.
early, so
It is early. Okay, so Pino, music and you. So we were talking in the green room.
Yes.
And you told me that you have an older brother who played drums.
Yeah, he was a drummer.
And so band practice was at your house?
Yeah, well, that's
Can't
where
move the drums.
Where the drum set is, that's where everybody ends up, and God bless my parents for allowing that noise to happen for over a decade probably. But my mom's an angel. And everybody would come to the house to practice, and different guitar players in and out the door, and they would practice for Battle of the Bands and different things, and I would just sit on the couch and watch these guys playing and just in awe.
How much older than you were they?
Just a few years, yeah. So just 2 years basically, yeah. So if I was a freshman, they would have been juniors getting ready for the Battle of the Bands or whatnot, and I was just. It was just I need to figure out how to do that. Those guys look so cool,
So then did you go and take lessons and have your mom buy you a guitar and stuff like that?
My mom bought me a guitar. It was a Fender Stratocaster. We got it at, I don't even think the place is there anymore. It was in Arlington Heights, Guitar Plus or something like that. But got a guitar and never really took lessons, though. I told you, I signed up for a couple lessons here and there, and I would just lose interest.
Yeah.
I'm not like a school or studious type of person. I need to be hands-on and just figure it out myself.
Like a puzzle, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, Pino, I think that's an inspirational story that people might be listening to the show. They might hear it later,
so.
And they might have a kid who wants to play a guitar but can't do the lessons for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Not every child learns the same way.
True.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I mean, the power of like YouTube or whatever. I mean, you could take lessons online. You don't even have to leave your house. I mean, and you could take it at your own pace. You know, I mean, it's amazing what's out there and what's available to people for free.
Right.
You know.
And to every parent, I say the following blanket statement: buy your children musical instruments.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
on.
Grew up. Yeah. We had a piano in our living room growing up, and I can't play the piano. I can touch the keys and make some pretty stuff happen, but
Right.
But yeah, it's a beautiful
Well, Pino,
thing.
let's get your guitar in your lap and
Okay.
squeeze a song out of you. Are you okay with that?
All right, cool. Yeah.
Tell us about the song you're going to play.
All right. So really quick, I'm going to preface this with I played a private party yesterday, and I sang for over 5 hours into the wee hours of the evening. So I'm a little tired voice-wise, so I had to be careful of the song choices because for those of you who do know me and know that I do kind of push my vocals a lot. I push my vocal range and stuff like that. So anyway, this song is a song that was written about 10, 12 years ago, and it's never really seen the light of day. I wrote it for somebody that was very special and dear to me at the time that was going through some hard times. And what's weird is like I kind of shelved the song. It was just buried, and I never really thought about it or anything. And recently, somebody that I very much care about is going through a lot of emotional and mental issues, and it's sort of like taking on a new meaning. I'm attaching it to like somebody else now.
It's timely.
And so for me, it's a real personal song, but it's called Out of Your Head.
Out of Your Head.
I'm just going to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pino Farina on One More Good Idea,
All right.
the Artist Lounge.
Just get it out of your head now, 'cause it's gonna get better, yeah. Don't go beating up yourself. Don't go hiding on the shelf. Don't go shutting out every arm you ever crawled under. You know you'd crawl inside your skin. Never choose the shape you're in. Don't go thinking you're the only one who's ever been broken. Don't you know what your love is worth? Don't you know that you're beautiful? Come on in. Just get it out of your head now, 'cause it's gonna get better, yeah. Just get it out of your head now, 'cause it's gonna get better, yeah. Don't go losing all control. Don't go digging up a hole. Don't go hanging on to someone that you know is drowning. Before you say there's nothing left, won't always know what happens next. Don't go saying things you might regret. You can't get it back, no. Don't you know what your love is worth? Don't you know that you're beautiful? Don't you know what your love is worth? Come on in. Just get it out of your head now, 'cause it's gonna get better, yeah. Just get it out of your head now, 'cause it's gonna get better, yeah.
Pino Farina. That was beautiful, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
So, Pino, I don't understand. You never took a guitar lesson, you never took a music lesson, and somehow you figured that all out on your own. How does that work, even?
Oh boy. Well, you learn chords. You learn different chords. I don't even know what the names of some of them are, and you just try to fit them together. We were talking on the green room, kind of like a puzzle, right? Um, where does the next chord take them? Where does the melody actually? A lot of times, like I'll have like just a chord progression, and I'll be singing over it, and maybe not even words yet, just kind of,
Gibberish.
yeah, blah blah blah. And then it's like, where does that melody go? What's the next chord that could go underneath what I'm already singing, what I'm already hearing, And then it just kind of like almost kind of writes itself a little bit.
So for non-musicians and people who are listening and enjoying your music, making art and music come out from inside of you. Do you struggle with it? Does it flow naturally? What's the process that you experience?
Well, performing is different than writing. First of all, lately I've been performing a lot more. I've been focusing more on performing, and that really just comes out of me. Like I love it. I love performing in front of an audience or whatever, or in my basement, whatever it is. But with just a few people, there are other musicians. Always trying to, first of all, I'm always trying to like impress other, like my bandmates and stuff, like if I write something or if they've written a chord progression and all of a sudden I'm writing melody and lyrics over it, like I was trying to like impress them,
Right. You want them to like it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
But so on the writing aspect, I haven't been as fluent right now with that, just because I've been focusing more on performing, and we actually are going into the studio in early November to lay down some of these songs that have been written over the last few years. So I'm really excited about that. So I hope that song, Out of Your Head, makes the cut. It's one of the songs on the list right now.
So let's talk a little bit about performing.
Yes.
Right? So you're a kid from Buffalo Grove,
Mm-hmm.
and you decide that you want to pursue music, and at some point you get up on stage for the first time.
Oh, that was scary.
Tell me where you were and what
Well,
happened.
that was probably like a Stevenson High School showcase event, and I was nervous as hell, and I pretty well sucked, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But you got to start sometime.
Right.
And I was with a friend of mine, Nick. Actually, I remember we did a couple Pearl Jam songs at the time, and yeah, I mean, it just, once you start and once you get into it, and I mean, I still get nervous. I'm nervous now, of course, but it's the first like real gig I did with the band where we played like our own songs was at the Elbow Room. If you've been
Sure.
there, yeah, I love that place. It's a great room. That was like the first time, and I didn't feel I was ready then. It was like the drummer booked the show, and I was like, "What are you doing? You crazy?" We're not ready, we're never ready. And I was just always wanting to rehearse, and I'm just like kind of a perfectionist. You never want to really suck in front of people, so that's something I'm always
I saw
like
a graphic
aspiring to.
on Facebook recently. It was a pie chart, and it said the typical day of a musician, and there's a little thing for sleep,
Oh
and
yeah,
a little thing for work, and
100%.
a giant thing for critical self-doubt.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
It's fun stuff. So how about now? Where's your next gig? Where are you playing next?
Excited as all get out, but I've been invited to do a singer-songwriter showcase at the House of Blues, the Foundation Room, the top level of the House of Blues in Chicago. I've played there several times over the last year and a half. It never gets old. It's really exciting. And there's going to be some other really talented people there. And Ed Murabante should be mentioned 100%. Murr, he goes as his artist name is Murr. But the guy is very generous for a lot of Chicago musicians, gets a lot of people out there, and gives them the opportunity to play and get there. And he's very helpful in the industry as far as I can see.
So when is that show?
This coming Wednesday, actually. Wednesday at about 7 o'clock, from 7 to 10, I think, or something
Gotcha.
like that.
What's that, the 23rd?
Yes.
Yeah, Wednesday,
Yeah, this Wednesday.
October 23rd,
At the
House of Blues Foundation Room,
Yeah, it's
about
pretty cool.
7 p.m.
Pretty cool.
with Murr. I
That's
think
right.
I've seen Murr. I think he did a songwriter showcase that used to be at Harry Carey's in Wrigleyville.
The Cubby Bear?
The Cubby Bear.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I've been to that.
Yeah, so he is actually, I would really thank him because he used to come see my band play when I was playing a lot back in the day. I was in a band called Punsa Paya. What is that? We can talk about that for another hour. Anyways, he was, I guess, a fan or whatnot, and or he knew who I was, and he would come see me every once in a while. And then I just kind of dropped off the face of the earth as far as music goes, and I just lost touch with everybody. And jumped on social media about 2.5 years ago. Got on a Facebook account and started performing like songs in my living room and just posting them. And Murr, he's like, dude, you got to get out of your house. He's like, and he invited me to the Cubby Bear to play one of those events, and I wasn't ready. I was like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not ready, you know. And he continuously asked me for, I would say, about a year before I really, maybe 6 months or whatnot. But he was really helpful and instrumental in like getting me back on the stage, and so I'm forever indebted to him for that, for sure. Yeah.
No, I was thinking about it. You mentioned him in the green room, and then I was kind of rolling in my head, and I remember seeing him. I saw Jam Alker from the Jam Alker Band do one of his Murr shows.
Oh, cool.
At the Cubby Bear, and Ryan Herrick as
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
So I do remember that. Murr's doing good work. He's helping people out.
He really is.
Yeah,
he's
beautiful.
He's a special guy.
That's
definitely.
beautiful.
And he's a sweetheart, and he's a hard worker, and he's a go-getter for sure. So
yeah, for sure.
Happy to have him.
All right, I've only got you here for 7 more minutes. How about we squeeze another song out?
All right, sweet. So this is another one, and I usually do this in a different key, but because it's so early, I'm gonna try to make it easy for me.
All right, more from Pino Farina,
Right.
who you can see Wednesday the 23rd in the Foundation Room at the House of Blues.
Right on.
And here we go.
Cool. This is called Run Out. Sorry.
Get out like I'm the one who done you wrong. You walk around like you've been broken hearted, but it's not my phone that's blowing up, that's blowing up. You play it off like there's no one calling. Don't you run out of love on me, see it's fading faster than a bullet, babe. Don't you run out of love on me, yeah, waiting on the break of day. Oh, when you come home to me. Back when you head down for the city, you make a straight shot for another heart, yeah. Leave me here, close the door. Know what you're gonna do when that city won't take you back no more. Don't you run out of love on me, see it's fading, yeah, faster than a bullet, babe. Don't you run out of love on me, yeah, I'm waiting on the break of day. Oh, when you come on me. Don't cry. Don't you remember when we swore it all? Don't you dare write me
Pino Farina. Thank you, man. That was nice. I like that. That must have been rough. You changed keys on yourself.
Oh yes, I did.
Yeah, how
had
about
to. Had to. 3 steps, in fact. Yeah.
Wow. It is that's 3 half steps for those of you that
right.
are music theory
You're right,
listeners. Hey, we are coming to the end of the show, man.
Okay,
I want to talk. It's been really fun.
This is great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, and I really dig your music. So, who did you listen to? I mean, Pearl Jam. You mentioned Pearl Jam for your first performance.
Sure. Yep.
But who else influenced you musically when you were coming up?
Yeah, it was a lot of those like grunge singers. Even like Lane Staley was somebody I don't really even talk about that much. But like Alice in Chains, their songwriting and their harmonies, vocally, they were just like one of the best, 100%. But then going back to like the 80s and the way I record and produce my vocals, studio-wise, a lot of times, and I way overdo it, is Steve Perry from Journey.
Sure.
Love that guy. I mean, amazing. And the fact that they found somebody else to replace him,
Sounds like
and the guy is like crazy good.
Yeah.
Have you seen that on Netflix? That
I saw them live. I went to see Chrissy Hine and the Pretenders opened for Journey, who opened for Def Leppard.
Oh wow!
Yeah, at
That's a heck of a
Wrigley
show.
Field last summer.
That must have been amazing.
It was really awesome.
Yeah,
Chrissy Hine was the best.
Yeah.
And,
okay. Yeah.
And Journey was good. You know, Journey
Yeah.
is not 100% my thing. I know all their music, of course.
Right.
I grew up with it.
Yeah.
But to see Def Leppard and
Those guys too, vocally. I mean, come on.
What really struck me, honestly, as a audience member, was the sheer gratitude and disbelief of the lead singer of Def Leppard, who has
Joe
seen
Elliott,
has seen everything there is to see in music,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He was standing in Wrigley Field with 40,000 people singing back at him,
Wow.
and he was like touched. Yeah,
Never gets old, I guess.
there's something about gratitude from a performer that just speaks to me as an audience member. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
it's very beautiful. So Steve Perry,
Yeah,
right?
100%. Steve Perry. I mean, these are just classic vocalists. I mean, a guy like Jeff Buckley, I am a huge fan of. Just people that like really just they like their art is first. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And their vocals are just like an extension of what they do and how they do it, and just the way that like listening to somebody's voice and
Well,
just
Pino,
grab
whatever that is, you have some of it too.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you for sharing it with us.
Thanks for having me.
It's been really fun. We're going to have you back. Everybody out there,
Thanks
I'm
for
Marcus
watching.
Newman. This has been One More Good Idea.
Thank
Pino, thank you so much for joining us. Go see Pino Wednesday night at House of Blues, 7 o'clock upstairs in the Foundation Room. Excuse me. Let's give him some support. We'll be back next week talking about all kinds of important stuff and listen to some more beautiful music. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Nikos, take us out.